Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Paolo Cirio.
And Alessandro, Ludovico, authors of Face to Facebook project. Just to introduce it very quickly, Face to Facebook is the third project of a trilogy which we called the Monopolism trilogy. And it's the third work targeting a third online giant corporation. The first two were Google. Our first project was called Google Will Eat Itself. And the second project was called Amazon Noir and was targeting Amazon. The third one is called Face to Facebook, and Facebook was the object of our performance.
Yeah, so after Google and after Amazon, we targeted Facebook. Basically, now there is a video that explains, and I will tell you exactly what we did. We basically downloaded from Facebook around more actually than 1 million profiles. That means people around the world. Was quite random. We just tried to have from everywhere in the world. So we collected these 1 million pictures, name, surname, the public data basically that is available on Google too. And then we filtered all this material through a face analysis software, face recognition software to find the perfect face, because some people have not the face, maybe pet or children or kind of avatar. And after this process, we had 250,000 perfect pictures. And then we find out, again, with a face recognition software, if this person were female or male. So it's like second process with the software. And the third process with the same software was for looking which expression these people had. So if they were smiling, or if they were serious. And so we categorized all this huge database of people, of these faces. And so then the last passage was just to publish all this data on a custom-made dating website without the authorization of them, and so that then that people could find themselves on this dating website categorized by their face expression, so like a funny girl that lives in Serbia and like Coca-Cola. And you could also date this girl, because in the end, the last passage was just to click on the homepage of that girl, and so you could contact her and eventually have a date with her.
Yeah, what we tried to implement was a very simple mechanism that happened all the time, everywhere in the world. It's when you sit in a bar or in a restaurant to see a person that sounds like interesting, and you start to judge it only based on the face. So only his or her expression. Basically, you don't know anything about him or her, but you start to figure out if he or she is funny, or if she should be quite interesting for various reasons. That's why we established these categories. And as Paolo said, we closed the circle because at the end, when you went on the dating website, you could contact the person ending up at her or his Facebook homepage. But to reflect a bit about what we've done, we targeted Facebook because for Facebook there's a very unique kind of it's a very unique kind of business. In Facebook, we thought that customers, actually 600 million customers, are the same as the goods they sell. Because the value of Facebook, the enormous value in terms of money of Facebook, which is still sort of virtual because it's not entered the stock exchange yet, it's based on this huge amount of people who joined this social network. So we have to think about how this works, and especially what kind of space is Facebook. Facebook is very familiar to almost all of us, although Facebook is not home, because it's way larger than home, and at the same time it's not street, because you are supposed to know everybody that is in your space, which of course doesn't happen in the street. So Facebook at the same time is a sort of an eternal illusory party that you take part of. And its structure invites you to replicate and enhance your social structure, your real social structure, replicating your experience on your own personal screen space.
Yeah, that is more the theoretical part of the project. Actually, on the website of the project, that is face2facebook.net, you can Google it, you will find much more theory that we wrote about Facebook and about this project. And we actually now start to tell you about a story that started the 2nd of February of this year in Berlin at the festival Transmediale. And it's a famous media art festival where we launched the project in one day at one time. So we used this festival as platform for launching Face to Facebook. And we had also actually an installation, offline installation, where we had these panels with some selected picture, around 2,000 picture of the dating website. And after having launched this project, we actually started the performance that we called then global media hack performance, basically, because this news about the fact that we took all this picture and then we published on our dating website became really viral and popular all over the world. And so now we can show you a video that recaps what happened in just 24 hours after the 2nd of March. We had already this video that tells you what happened.
Yeah, I want only to add that we announced the project after 2 years of works, during which the project was completely secret. But let's see this video that very well recaps what happened during the first 12 hours. Oh, wait. I asked for audio here. Yeah, I can just a few more words about, or we can try with the mic in the meantime. No, bring it.
Artists from Italy stole 1 million names, photos, and locations from Facebook profiles. They chose their favorites and created lovelyfaces.com, a fake online dating site complete with 250,000 singles who didn't...
Facebook, an endlessly cool place for so many people, becomes at the same time a goldmine for identity theft and dating. Unfortunately, not in users' control. This is the final project in the 3-part series Paolo, Cirio, and Alessandro Ludovico have been working on. Each one is focused on a different internet powerhouse: Google, Amazon, and now Facebook. Using face recognition software, they were able to sort the profiles by gender, nationality, and even personality. But they say they don't have any plans for monetary gain. Not surprisingly, Facebook is not happy. Barry Schmidt, Facebook's Director of Policy Communications, told Wired this breaks Facebook's terms of service, and the hacking duo could end up in court. We have taken and will continue to take aggressive legal action against organizations that violate these terms. We're investigating the site and will take appropriate action. But according to allfacebook.com, it might not be that easy. While those rules enable Facebook to successfully pursue violators in U.S. court, getting a lawsuit going outside of the country could be tricky. TG Daily points out, this whole thing sounds very similar to Mark Zuckerberg's
Yeah,
Thanks.
the reason why that day the dating website was offline is because we had like a million of users trying to look in their face, looking for their face inside. So it was really kind of flooded by a traffic of millions of people around the world. But then we had the website, the dating website, lovelyface.com, online for 5 days more, I would say, because then...
Yeah, and that's why it went really viral after it was spread, especially after the Wire.com news. We started to check, I mean, we were stuck on our computers just trying to see what was going on. And the news was from Wire.com to CNN.com to MSNBC.com in few hours, and we counted almost one tweet every 3 to 5 minutes in that day. So we started to count thousands of tweets just reporting the news and in a way quoting articles that were at the same time published online. Why? Probably because we packed, that was also our analysis, a sort of a perfect news. It was a news about Facebook, so it was potentially involving 600 million persons. So every journalist, every person was picking up the news, publishing a short article about that, and persons were suggesting their friends just to check if they were on the website or not. Of course, as Christian in that very useful summary was saying, first, we were not at all, our intention was not at all to destroy Facebook, but it was meant as an homage to Face Mesh, which was, everybody who has seen the Social Network movie saw that it's the very first sort of beta of Facebook. Not so strange, guess what? After 12 hours, we got the cease and desist letter from the Facebook lawyers, which we started then to consider how to react. And the media performance went on and on.
Yeah, actually, we are still trying to collect all the press coverage that we had, because like without end, we just a few days ago counted more than 1,000 articles online from Japan, Pakistan. In some country like Pakistan, it seems that we went popular somehow. We don't know why exactly, because we can't read also this news, of course. And so in a way it was really a mass media hack performance, because in a week we started from one day, and after 7 days we hit like thousands of people, I would say also million eventually, through this media. And most of these people, of course, I guess, they changed their picture profile, maybe, or anyway, they look at the Facebook differently. We can also show you other videos that are pretty funny.
I wanted to quickly add just one thing. People started to ask us to delete their data from the website, which we promptly do, and we encouraged people who checked the website and found their own profiles just to ask that to us. But it's very interesting how people reacted, single people, not just the media, reacted to what happened. And Fox News Los Angeles made a feature a few days later about that. And here it is.
Like him or her, want to arrange a date? Lovelyfaces.com lets you peruse profiles and admire photos. The web's producers went through 1 million Facebook profiles and chose 250,000. The problem is, this isn't really a dating website. The site's producers call it social commentary on the lack of privacy in the age of Facebook. We talked to Wired.com's Ryan Single via Skype.
They went and they scraped Facebook, basically took the information people had publicly accessible
That's exactly what we did, but it was so fascinating for the media to find out who was involved in a way. Different press started to count the amount of persons involved in their own nation, or to dig the website to find famous persons who were there. You have to know that we made absolutely no selection. We targeted quite a few nations, and we collected this huge amount of data, but then it was only the face recognition software who made the selection and who selected the 250,000 profiles which were in the website. Again, the media was fascinated by how single people reacted, and there was this other channel in the United States who found a person who apparently was also targeted. Actually, I'm not really sure she was in the database, but this video is worth to be seen as well.
Say their dating site seeded with unauthorized Facebook pics is meant to prove how vulnerable Facebook users leave themselves. Cindy Holtzman of Cherokee County needs no further convincing. There doesn't seem to be any reason why you'd be getting emails from strange men.
Not 7 of them in a 2, 3 day period from all over the world.
But Cindy Holtzman of Woodstock says those emails started coming shortly after last week's launch of a dubious dating site called lovelyfaces.com.
They won't sell my information to a third party, but they'll, in my opinion, steal it from a second party.
2 European artists admit to scraping 250,000 photos from Facebook pages and creating a dating site with them. We found the fancy YouTube video explaining the whole deal. Holtzman says she can't find her picture yet, but she's suddenly getting emails from single men. One charmer writes about how stunning she looks.
I don't want these emails. They're creepy.
Computer security expert Gregory Evans says the Facebook users share some responsibility.
You put that information out. It's not like they hacked into a credit bureau and took this information.
Evans says no one on Facebook should post anything they wouldn't want the world to find. Holtzman would like to find how to stop the emails from would-be suitors.
But it doesn't tell you how to get off of it.
A Facebook spokesman says scraping pics and information for reposting on another site violates policy and they will take appropriate action. All right.
Yeah, she was extremely funny, but we actually got many feedback from users, especially when the dating website was online. I mean, was like, I think more than 100, like around 200 people contact us. Most of them, they were just like extremely upset, and they just said, if I am inside the dating website, I will sue you. They didn't check, actually, it was just random. Some other actually were more aggressive, and they treated us like death threats. We got also kind of weird message from the Interpol, and probably you can read some of the best messages that we got from people.
We also got messages, but we also got messages from people supporting us, saying why people can't see that posting all this data on Facebook can be absolutely dangerous when it's public, why they don't protect their data. There were even people asking us to, like this guy, to be added to the Lovely Faces website, or dating platform asking us for commercial partnership. And I can go on. We received really a lot of feedback. Actually, what we should consider about our presence on Facebook, you have to consider also that we never accessed the Facebook servers straight. What I mean is that what we did was just to technically, it was just to browse all this public data as if you would have browsed them in your browser, just faster and storing all this data. But what it means to be on Facebook now, I mean, looking from the perspective of the project, the face, we choose the face as a very central element. Because you are exposing your face in such a huge environment, and you are smiling most of the time. We were just navigating through this ocean of pictures of people smiling. There's a 10 gigabyte folder, actually, of JPEGs of people smiling. And actually, when you smile on Facebook, probably we can say you are truly smiling on everyone on Facebook. And your face becomes a sort of interface to all these people. But we should also consider that this can be also dangerous, that it's just a JPEG on a website that is publicly available. It's available even through Google, even if you don't have a Facebook account. So this picture can be taken and recontextualized, as we did quite virally for a few days, with recontextualized, triggering a plausible translation of real identities. And of course, when this process is happening, there's absolutely no assumed guarantee of trust. So the scenario that can be open is a scenario of very uncertainty about your personal data in Facebook. And I think we can just...
Yeah, the story ends basically with Facebook that asks back the data that we took eventually, and the fact that they close our Facebook account because we had the Facebook account, so they disabled. We are actually banned forever from Facebook, unfortunately.
Although you know that when you open an account with Facebook, Facebook owns your data. So all the data that we posted on Facebook is still on their servers as the contract says.
Yeah, so we lost the control of our profile, basically. And yeah, and then of course we can't publish anymore lovelyface.com. That is the worst thing, but so far, and then we will see what will happen.
Okay, if there's any, that's it, basically. So if there's any question and we have a little bit of time for questions, we would be happy to answer. Thanks. Yeah, there's a question here.
Okay. Hello. I will give the mic to them later. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Just a short question. Do you have any plans? What are the next plans?
Well, actually, you know, we, at the moment, even if we had plans, which we are not sure we have, when this project will be finished, because it's still going on, you know, we worked for 2 years on this project, and it was unveiled at the very last day. So we are not in the position of unveiling any future plans.
No, it's just not to tell us the plans, but do you have plans? Not only for this, but generally. Do you have plans to continue your actions like this in the future?
That is possible, but we will think very carefully about that. You know, we are having quite a hard time dealing with both legally aspect and personal aspect and media as well.
Yeah, that was actually a trilogy, so it was kind of more projects together. We did Google, Amazon, and Facebook, so we closed the trilogy and we do something similar but in a different way.
Was another question here.
What happens to a user who tried to share lovely faces on their Facebook account? Is there any...
On their Facebook account?
Are there going to, is he or she going to be banned from Facebook? And why is your site temporarily unavailable?
Why is Lovely Faces temporarily unavailable?
It is.
Well, actually, it was Lovely Faces is of course temporarily available because of the cease and desist letter. That was safer to put it offline. And of course, I mean, it has to be very clear that we didn't want, although it sounds quite rude what we did on single users. It was a sort of almost completely automatic process in the end, and we really didn't want to just target all these people harshly. So after a while, after a few days, when the whole thing exploded in a way, both on media and on personal, on a personal side, it was enough to stop, not to continue forever about it. And sorry, the first question was?
Well, you answered since I asked that what happened to Facebook user who shared.
Who shared on Facebook links.
But
actually, we found only a few links which survived, but I'm sure there were more, which were probably put offline. I mean, there was not a lot of talk about that on Facebook. We noticed it much more, for example, on Twitter. Just to give you another figure, the original news, the news published on Wire.com, generated more than 900 comments and more than 1,000 tweets. Only the tweets that were simply tweeting the news link, which were only a part, of course, of the many comments that we had around. For example, there were a lot of forums that were involved, web forums, I mean, also in very different languages. Most of them we don't understand yet. But it would be very interesting then to make a study about all the different reactions of people around about it.
What do you think that the reaction was? Like positive or negative?
The one in languages we understand was quite various. Again, from people who were very, very upset, from people who were just very sad about that, to people who said, well, you should better know how to protect your privacy. And there's another very important thing, I think, that is who owns the data that are posted on Facebook. We really think it should be the owners that should own the data. But that's an open question.
Thanks.
I don't think if we have enough, we have time again, or we should close? We should close, okay. Thank you so much.